after basically a week being off trail since Lone Pine, I am back on trail. Part of that was traveling up here and not booking tickets like I should have. I got stuck in Reno for a couple of days because the Wednesday bus was full to go to Susanville. And then I got into Susanville yesterday. But I really didn't have the energy to get to trail and then hike a few miles, so I decided to spend the night there. And now it's Saturday and I took the bus out. It's like 10 something, and I'm near the road because that's where we got dropped off. I'll be hiking north that way. And yeah, so it's July 8th. We are currently in a humongous burn scar. I mean, some of these trees are still alive, but the bottoms of their trunks are like all black, and it's a fire that ripped through here 2 years ago is what the lovely bus driver was saying, and she was like giving me a tour of the area and stuff, and that was really cute. But yeah, got some gas station food during our break, and so I'm finishing that up and pack up the soda. Have about 2 days worth of food because we'll be hitting close to Old Station, and I can pick up some more snacks if I need to for the 2 days that'll get me into Bernie, because I'm going to be doing 20-mile days after tomorrow. Today is going to be a 15-mile day to the boundary of Lassen National Park. So, fun fact. Lassen National Park is a 20-mile stretch on the PCT where you have to have a bear approved container, like a bear canister or sack, that kind of stuff. I don't have any of that. So I need to, like most hikers do, we're all going to camp there right at the boundary, and then we're going to hike the 20 or so miles, it's around 20 miles, the next day through there. But we also have some really exciting little side quests right off the trail. So today there's a 0.2 trail to go see a little geyser that I'm going to do. And then tomorrow I believe there's another little side trail to see a lava tube. I'll have to check more into that. I believe that's when we can do it. But yeah, and then as we hike north, you know, there's Bernie Falls and all kinds of cool stuff. But I'm really excited to be back on trail and to get hiking again. And you would also think that after spending basically a week off trail, I would have caught up to all my social media. But I did it. I'm quite behind still, at least for Instagram. YouTube and video editing, all caught up. I just have to get Instagram caught up, and then because yeah, I share information on both platforms. So then once I get each post done, I'll click on the YouTube and whatnot. But we'll see if I have any, I have internet service here, but I don't know if I'll have it once I start hiking away from the road. But if I have any tonight, I'll try to do another post or two. I was trying to work on one on the bus, but the driver, it was just basically me and the driver was so excited to talk about hikers and PCT and whatnot that she, and showing me around the area, that I wasn't able to finish the one I was working on, which is okay. I did like 4 or 5 this morning. I was up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I got some done, but mainly I was just being lazy some of those days. Also, video editing takes like forever, and I had 2 weeks worth of video editing to do. Like the one video that I'm still doing, like day 72. So like right before I flipped up, just the video clips was like 50 minutes. And so I have to watch all the way through all those clips, so at least 50 minutes worth, and I make small edits along the way. And then, you know, I delete all the vertical ones, because I do vertical stuff for like YouTube, or Instagram in the future. And so yeah, I gotta sort through all that. So I'm at least, you know, it's at least 50 minutes the first time. The second time I go through and I add all the music, and that could take another like half hour or so. And then yeah, I have to save it to my phone. That takes, you know, 5 to 10 minutes depending on how long it is. And then the tricky part is uploading it to YouTube, which depending on your internet connection could take freaking forever. Or it could take, you know, 20 minutes. So And then from there, I need to add like description and a thumbnail, and I have to make the thumbnail. And so long story short, you know, a video could take at least a couple hours, sometimes more, just to do one. And I had 14 of them, so it can be very tiring. I know it sounds very first worldly problems, but anyways. So yeah, 5 minutes of rambling. I'm gonna get hiking. It's time to head SOBO. Towards Lassen National Park. So yeah, we're doing it. So it's cool that like all this little underbrush is starting to grow back up. But yeah, based off of what the bus driver told me, this fire was enormous. So I'm probably going to be in burn scar for a little bit. I'm hoping once we get to Lassen National Park area that maybe the fire didn't touch there. But it's kind of a little sad to see like so many dead trees, and this goes on for miles and miles. But there's also flowers too, like these ones. As I almost dropped my phone. And some of the same little flowers I've seen in the desert. I don't know how much like flora and fauna will be different up here. I'm sure there's going to be some things, but I think there will be some similarities as well, as far as plants. One that's different is this one here, this tall one. Almost passed them, but I looked over to my right and look at all these lilies. Got a teeny bit higher and you can see more of the burn. Right now this is what I'm hiking up. Just a little bit of an uphill for a couple of miles. And then it flattens out again. Then we go back downhill. But nothing too crazy. One of the biggest differences in the rocks is because we're near a volcano, or volcanic park, is volcanic rocks. So these ones with like holes in them, if I remember right, those are volcanic rocks. That's kind of neat. There's a big one right there. But yeah, I'm only like a few miles into my day, but there's a spring coming up in Point 4, and I think it's a little off trail. I don't know if I'll go to it. I don't need water, but it's a little warm out. I was thinking about putting my shirt in the spring to help cool myself down, because unfortunately with the burn scar there's no shade anywhere for the most part, so it's kind of like walking in a desert environment. So but yeah, sorry for the heavy breathing walking uphill. So I'm at Stover Spring. Let me get my shirt wet in a minute here. So there's all kinds of birds around here. Oh, there's one. Pretty nice, but one of the reasons why I got out my camera is because I noticed all this orange over by here. And look at these. So I was talking to Slow Burn a little bit down at that Pond Creek thing. And his group they flipped up to Truckee, and they've been hiking north, and they've been hiking in this burn scar for a few days now. And he had heard that it doesn't really go away until Old Station, which is, well, now it's a little less than 40 miles from here. But looks like I'll be in this for a few days. Look at all the manzanita bushes that got burned. I mean, it's definitely pretty in its own way, especially the white bleached wood and seeing the horizon and all the clouds and stuff. But it's also, like I said before, kind of sad to see so much death of trees in the forest, and it's trying to rebound a bit, but this is going to take decades to, like, if it even rebounds at all. So we're technically still in the burn scar a little bit, but it looks like more of these trees survived it. So that's kind of cool. Hope it's more like this and less burny, but like what we were going through. But then again, like, I know sometimes a fire can like skip an area when it's burning through. Quick, I had to do a bathroom break, but it got me closer to some of these pine cones. So, look how big this is. So, I'm a size 7. Oh, that one was full of sap. Anyways, look at how big that is. Like, how are we gonna do this? There we go. Like, look at how big that is. Alright, not entirely sure how long it'll last, but I've been in it for a second. I don't see any burning anywhere, but we're officially in a real forest now. Yay! Because when I skipped up, I imagined it being more like this. So, I'm kind of happy right now. So if I remember from my little tour, that is Mount Lassen right there. It's so pretty. Got my first look at it in the woods here. So I'm about a little less than 8 miles from camp. Found a new flower. Isn't that neat? Okay, just walked away from the river. There's quite a few hikers there taking a break, and there was a family that was day hiking from the campground. But yeah, now we're in this lovely forest. I have about 5 miles, a little over 5 miles to go to camp for tonight. On the map, it looks like there will be a stream crossing right before the boundary, but there's a possibility that I might have read that wrong, but there's some gut hook comments or far out comments that say that the water's flowing. So yes, we'll see when we get there if it is or not. We're probably gonna have to walk like 0.3 to Willow Creek to get water from the outlet. I see some mushrooms. I'll zoom on the biggest one. But yeah, most of them are pretty tiny. Cute. Right now I'm in a little bit of a valley, grassland. And look at all the lava rocks. But yeah, I'm just hiking and stuff, and I'm about 4 miles away from camp, and found another mushroom potentially interesting. But yeah, about 4 miles. I'm hoping, like I said, there's water right before I want to stop. There are a lot of hikers. I mean, compared to what I was used to, only seeing a few a day before I skipped up. But there's 7 I met today, and I think I met 3 more. There's at least 10. I know that much, and then there's like 7 or 8 from yesterday. The boss for the bus driver said that there was 13 that got taken out yesterday altogether to the trail. So I'm definitely back in the bubble again. And then Laston Park creates its own little bubble too. I think we'll get a little bit more spread out after we all get through Laston Park tomorrow, because everybody is camping right before the border. So whether they, a lot of them hiked 15 miles today like I did. Or I'm going to. So yeah, they're just gonna camp right before the border and do it all in one shot. But I think after that, some groups and stuff will be a little bit more spread out. So that's cool. Hold on, let me zoom in on this lizard. He just skittered away. Okay. So yeah, having a good day. Just been thinking about how to try to knock out my 20s in the future. Like, what time do I need to get out of camp by? If I'm doing really good, how can I maximize my day to get more than 20 miles if I need to? That kind of thing. But honestly, it's not going to happen until it happens. So one thing that I really struggle with is getting out of camp early in the morning, like before 6 or 7, if it's cold outside and it looks like the temp will be in the 40s or 50s tonight. But it seems more humid here, so I'm hoping it'll like actually be warmer feeling than that. But yeah, that's one thing I struggle with. But with this plan I'm going to try to implement, I want to try to be out of camp by 5 a.m. So that means getting up at 4 at the latest and packing up and getting out, instead of just like laying in my tent until I get quote unquote warm enough. So, but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, enough rambling. The rest of the way is uphill, so I'm gonna get hiking. This tree was so tall that it's taller than my trekking poles, almost. That's crazy. And I don't know if this matters to anybody, but I have them set at 105 and 110. But yeah, that's insane. It's so huge. Thank you to the trail crew that recently done this so that we could get through here without having to climb over it. It was a really tall tree too, because it keeps going and going, and then the base of it's over there. I'm about 2.2 from camp, and unfortunately we're in another burn scar. It's that nice little forest we were in for a little bit is done with for now, and I think this burn scar goes to the border of Lassen and into it. So it's going to be interesting as a camping situation in the sense of like dead trees and whatnot. But I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. So yeah, doing good. My body's not used to completely to hiking again. Feet and legs overall feel fine, but dealing with some skin chafing, and that kind of is really annoying. No matter what I do. Right now, it just, yeah, it's not fun. So I can't wait to get to camp and change into my skirt and stuff that I use for pajamas, and kind of just let everything settle. But tomorrow's a 20-mile day. Like, it has to be a 20-mile day. I can't stop early or anything because of the bear canister issue. So it'll be not so great fun hiking tomorrow. But I'll make it through. I'll also be leaving a lot earlier than I did today, so I hope to get nearly halfway before it gets too hot outside, so that'll also help the situation. But yeah, just hiking. As I'm looking down while I'm filming here, I can see hoof prints from a deer that was on trail. It's kind of night. It's kind of neat. The only time I've seen a deer recently was one running away from me in the Sierras down in the meadow. One of the meadows. But honestly, I haven't really seen any on the trail, so I'm kind of excited to see more wildlife. Found a frog hopping around. Let's see if I can get it on video. It's like trying to get away from me. I'm camping alone. I'm not sure where the other hikers went. All I know is I don't have a bear canister to be hiking any farther into this place. The only reason why I went 0.3 in is because, so like there's a burn scar and there's a bunch of dead trees. but there's a clearing of where there's no trees, dead trees nearby. So I'm gonna camp down here. Yeah, I have no idea where they went, but it's just gonna be me and the mosquitoes tonight, I guess. It's also 7:30 p.m. and I'm done for the day. But I'm gonna camp down here where those rocks are. See, like I said, it's like all cleared out, so I have less chance of something falling on me if it gets windy tonight, even though I don't anticipate it. It's not the flattest spot in the world, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. So yeah, here's camp. I'm gonna pause setting up my tent for a second because all these like logs have whatever the frick these things are coming out of them in mass. Eee! Sorry, I don't know if they bite. I don't know if they're termites or if they're like flying ants or what they are.